Welcome to the NFL Picks with the Goon Squad. Had a better week 4. This is what we used to. So Ice and Black had an 11-5 record last week. Me and Pop had a 10-6 record last week. So Ice, Water, and Black still lead with a 35-28-1 record. Pop has a 34-29 and 1 record, and I'm bringing up the rear with a 33-30 and 1 record. I'm over 500. That's all that matters right now. Ice, give me your summary of last week's games, man.
Man, crazy. Man, I thought Mar was gonna get that done against the Bills.
Me too.
That hurt real bad. Cause I'm like, man, just hold on. Get that guy. But yeah, I was a little surprised by that. I thought the Ravens were gonna win that game. A lot of surprises. The Falcons over the Browns. It's like, come on, man. Oh, that was ugly. And gotta give it up. Geno Smith said, the hell with all y'all. Geno Smith said, I'm gonna win a few games out here in Seattle. And I admire him for that because the Lions play real hard. They scored a lot of points. Geno was like, not today, baby. This is my day. My business Super Bowl. But I was impressed by those games. There so many other ones. I'll let you guys talk about it. But particularly I'm like, come on, man. And I guess I'm finding out that you had to hold on to the last minute. Just when you think you're safe, it can change in a matter of the last few minutes of the football game.
Black, your summary, man.
I'm going to say this, man. I think sometimes we give coaches too much praise when they really don't deserve it. And to me, I'm going to go to the coach of the Los Angeles Rams. They make this guy to be a genius. He had his ass served to him in the Super Bowl, in my opinion. Now, did he come back and win the Super Bowl? But it wasn't with his coaching, in my opinion. It just wasn't. You had a receiver that played two receivers that played their butts off, and a quarterback that did something at the right time in defense. I'm going to give you that. But they're looking around him now. Look how that team is floundering from week 1, the Rams. Coaching, bro. And I don't want to hear what you don't have. Coach what you do have and coach him up. Now, it's funny because it's strange enough to say this. I didn't watch the game. I didn't want to watch it. But Cooper Rush is doing something that the Cowboys should be doing all along. Efficient football. Now, in my opinion, they're going to bring Dak back at some point. It's going to go just like this. And people kill me. But Dak had a lot of yards. Half the yards Dak had was garbage yards. When I say garbage, I mean the team was down by 40 and he's fighting to come back. So I'm not impressed. But I will make a point about this, man. And to me, they're quietly coming along. It's this team right here. I've noticed them throughout the season. When you play this team, you're going to hurt on Monday morning. The Jacksonville Jaguars, bro. Because Doug Peterson got these boys playing, man. I watched him a little bit against the Eagles. Eagles had to fight to win that one. They had to fight, and I'm happy to see that when he walked in, he got a standing ovation, Doug Peterson, because basically they didn't realize it was his fault. He wasn't there. He did bring a Super Bowl to that city, but yes, man, Jackson Jaguars Duval. Miami, man, I just don't. I didn't watch the game. What happened to Tua, and I'm glad I didn't. I didn't want to see that. But I think that basically goes this season for the most part. It's kind of sad. I don't think it's going to be able to kind of bounce back. And Harbaugh, I'm with you to an extent, but bro, you got to stop losing these fourth quarter games and these decisions you're making, man. At that time, I'm thinking like you gotta basically take the 3 points and allow your defense to do what they got to do. But that's the nutshell right there. The Ravens acting like Ray Lewis and Ed Reeves on that team. They're not there anymore. That defense stinks, bro. Stinks. And you have that cat Peters throwing his helmet. I would cut him. He ain't done that in about 5 years anyway. I would cut him off the bat because I don't care where they got the ball at. They came right down the field. Should we tackle giving 7 points? I don't care, bro. At some point, you got to get them off the field. And he's talking about they would have been 4 down. So, I don't care, got 20 downs. Get them off the field. That's what you pay these cats for. That's what you pay them for, to shut them down. You're at home in the rain. You can't stop Buffalo from going down the field? Your defense sucks.
Yeah, I think sometimes when I'm looking at some of these games, I'll pick out Pittsburgh. I think when the fans or people are telling them, the coaches, I'm saying, hey, you need to make this move, make this move. I understand that some fans are, excited, they're fanatical, they don't know what they're talking about. But what did I say last week about them starting the rookie at the Jets game, getting him ready, scrap Trubisky, and getting him ready for Buffalo this week? What did I say? What did I say? And now all of a sudden, oh, we're making the quarterback change. You should have made this change 2 games ago. Give this guy some game time under his belt so he's prepared to play the tougher defensive team. Now, he's probably going to get killed in this next game against Buffalo. But at least he would have the confidence. He would be up to game speed at this particular point. But Pittsburgh losing to the Jets, I picked that game because I just didn't believe Trubisky could handle it. And the quarterback, I think both of you said, oh, the new quarterback, he's not going to be ready, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, damn that. They got Trubisky. They're not winning. And so I think the coaches, I think they do it out of spite that I'm in charge here. You don't know what's going on. You don't see this every day. But we are watching. We are knowledgeable about this. Some of us are very knowledgeable about what we see. And it's not a mirage. We see certain things. So let's go to our week 5 picks. The pick order is me first. Pop, I'll get his picks later. Then Blackthorn, then Icewater is picking last. So brace yourself for a long show because Ice going to be studying.
I'm not studying. I'm not doing that. I don't have to.
Next week I'm showing up, but my picks ain't showing up, man. Pops! Either you're in or you're out.
All right. First game on tap, we have the Thursday night game, Indianapolis versus Denver. I'm going with Denver. Black, who you got?
This is a tough one, man. I watched the Colts last week, and I know they got this game is in Denver, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow, man. Wow.
It pays you to go with Russell Wilson, doesn't it?
I don't like Denver. I don't like Denver, but at the same time, I don't know what the Colts are doing. They can't run the ball. Matty Ice is trying to be a running back. That ain't gonna work. Give me Denver. I'm gonna close my eyes. Just take Denver. I'm sorry. It's week 5. It can't be much so bad.
Ice, who you got?
I say this too, man. I remember last week I was trying to change my pick from Buffalo to the Ravens. I want to thank you for not allowing me to change it. I want to thank you. I want to thank you. Thank you.
It's all love, brother.
Yeah, can we change our pick? You down one?
Yeah, we should change it. Ice, who you got?
What did Black Store say?
He took Denver.
I'm taking Denver, man. Straight out the box. Denver.
All right. So next game on tap is the New York Giants, who showed a bit of a running game here in Chicago last week. They're going up against Green Bay up in Lambeau Field. Even though I love the Giants wearing the LT little throwback, I got to go with Green Bay at home on this one. Black, who you got?
I'm going to say this, man. I think the Giants are making strides. I'm going to give the head coach, his props. I think they're moving in the right direction. I don't think they're going to win this week. I'm going to take Green Bay. And I will say this about Green Bay. I know, people got on Aaron Rodgers when he said that they can't keep winning that way. You're right, bro. There's no way in the world without this starting quarterback. Patriots should be taking you overtime. I don't care if that was played in a Walmart parking lot. You're Aaron freaking Rodgers. These games should not be happening, man. I don't care who you're throwing the ball to. You all should be doing better. But they'll beat the Giants at home.
Ice?
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, I'll guarantee he's talking to some people this week because he's like, that's too damn close. And I know he doesn't want to keep playing that way. So I think they're going to do a lot more this week. So they'll beat the Giants.
Yeah, he stopped throwing the ball to the other team. So he should be talking to himself too. Next game on tap is Chicago at Minnesota. I'm going with Minnesota at home. I went against Minnesota the last couple of games and it hadn't worked out for me. So let's go with Minnesota at home. Black, who you got?
I like this head coach of Minnesota, man. I do. This young cat, I like him a lot. Good or bad, he's right there. He's making some calls. He makes some adjustments. He does some things. He speaks with confidence. I think the team is bought in. At some point, he's got to get Kirk to play consistently. He'll play consistently enough this week at home. I'm taking the Vikes.
Ice?
2 weeks in a row, Kirk Cousins is rising to the man. He rose up over in London, rising up again. Justin Fields does not have enough help to win this game. He eked one out, I think won last week, not this week. Vikings.
All right, Minnesota across the board. Next game on tap is Atlanta at Tampa Bay. I'm going with Tampa Bay at home. Black, who you got?
Atlanta's putting up a fight, man, much better than I thought they would. And then they're in some games, and like I said earlier, man, I was surprised that Cleveland basically kind of blew that and gave up to them. I took Cleveland. That kind of hurt me in my pick status, but either way, I don't see Atlanta kind of, doing much here, so I'm gonna go opposite of them. They're playing Tampa Bay. Yeah, Tampa Bay is not really solid. They're gonna get Mike Evans back. I think Tom's gonna try to prove he's not hurting. His wife is gonna take half his money. He's gonna try to play better. So I'll take the Buccaneers.
You see that mansion they got in Tampa Bay? Oh, I gotta send you this picture of the mansion that he has in Tampa Bay. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Now don't send it to me. I don't really want to see it.
She's gonna get that, man. Those of you who've been divorced, you know this feeling. She's gonna get that house. She gonna get it. I think we got.
Yeah, Tom Brady's probably mad at some folks, cussing some folks out. That was a tough loss for him last week. And he's probably telling them, I'll be damned when he used to lose to Atlanta. Certain things you just not allowed to happen. And that's one of them. Because I think they're going to probably get a large dose of Fournette. Mm-hmm. Mike Evans showed up too. So, yeah, I think they have more than enough to beat Atlanta. So I'm going to go with Tampa.
All right. Next game on tap is Detroit at New England. I'm going with New England. Because Detroit can outscore you, but you can outscore them. They lead the league in scoring, but they also lead the league in how many points they're giving up. So, New England, Black?
Yeah, I'm with you there, man. I've kind of rolled Detroit a little bit this year. I rode them last week in Seattle, and they I give them credit. They battled, but like you said, how do you give up the 41 points to Geno Smith? I just don't know. And their quarterback this week, is going to be confused with Belichick. Belichick will confuse him in New England, so I'm going to take the pass.
All right. Ice?
If Detroit was at home, I would take them. But they're on the road. It's going to be very difficult. I don't care. I think Hoyer or whoever, the Destroyer or Matty or Fitzmagic was quarterback. It doesn't matter. Patriots going to find a way to get that done, particularly with Detroit on the road. So I'm going with the Patriots.
All right. Next game on tap is Houston at Jacksonville. You're right when you were saying this, Black, earlier. Peterson has this team playing really hard. The quarterback has found his stride, even though he makes some mistakes here and there. You expect that from a young quarterback, but I'm going with Jacksonville at home against Houston. I like Lovey, but I just don't think they just have enough to beat a team like Jacksonville right now. Black?
No, Jacksonville's on the move, man. I mean, Peterson is probably going to be, I'm going to say it now, he's probably going to be a coach of the year. They stay trending the way they are. Next year, they'll probably be better. That quarterback's going to grow. He's shown that he does have it, but he just needs a little fine-tuning. That team is playing, man, Jacksonville. And I think where Jacksonville is now, I think Houston will be there next year. I think Lovey will get his footprint on it. They still battling. They're losing, but they're battling. And I think they're more of a sound team than Detroit. Houston, I'm speaking of the Detroit Lions are. But I'm going to take Jacksonville to take this one.
All right. Ice?
Yeah, Houston is playing, but they're playing mad ball, right? They're playing very angry type ball, and that's what Lovey does. But I think finally you're starting to see the quarterback come alive for Jacksonville. You're still seeing the running back ETN getting his touches, and they look like a better team overall. Everybody's a little bit more comfortable, and I think they'll get it done at home. They show you they can score a lot of points, like when they blanked the Colts a couple weeks ago. So at home, Jacksonville.
All right. Next game on tap is the Los Angeles Chargers at Cleveland. I'm going with the Chargers. Black, who you got?
Yeah, this was kind of easy, man. The Chargers, I don't think Cleveland's going to be able to hang on and score with the Chargers. So I'll take the Chargers with this one.
All right. Ice?
Yeah, I thought, Jacoby Brissett would step up and do a little bit more, but I'm not really liking the play calling, and the defense is not playing the way that we expect them to. And when you're playing teams like this, it's going to be very hard. So, and their defense, even though they lost a couple guys, they still are able to get it done. So I'm going to go with the Chargers. All
right. Next game on tap is Miami at the New York Jets. I'm going with Miami, even with the backup. I think they'll win against the Jets. I think the Jets played a little bit over their heads last week, and Pittsburgh helped them out. But I think Miami will be okay with the backup. Black?
I think the Jets are better than what we give credit to on the national scale. I really do. I do not trust Bridgewater back there at Miami, bro. I just don't, man. I don't trust them. And I'm not saying this game is going to be a shootout, be high scoring. I'm going to take the Jets, bro. I'm taking the Jets.
All right. Ice?
What'd he say again? I mean, Teddy Bridgewater is trying to do his best, trying to get it healed in the game, and their running back they're playing by committee. But you know, the Jets with that new quarterback, Wilson, is really not Wilson, but the quarterback is stepping up and he's not afraid, and he's starting to see his weapons. I said I would never choose them again, but I'm gonna take a suggestion. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it because I think they're ready to go. I'm gonna take the Jets over Miami.
All right. Pittsburgh at Buffalo. I'm going with Buffalo. That defense is going to give the rookie some fits, and it'll be a learning experience. Black?
Yeah, I don't even have to give any more dialogue to this, bro. I mean, Buffalo is on a mission. It won't be slowed down this weekend, Buffalo.
Ice?
Yeah, things were good. Too close for Buffalo last week, which having to come back in that Ravens game. They want to punish some people, so they're gonna punish Pittsburgh. So I'm going with Buffalo.
All right. Next game on tap is Seattle at New Orleans. They're going with the backup again, I guess. So I'm going with New Orleans at home against Seattle. I just don't believe in Geno, so going with New Orleans at home. They got to win one game. This is the third week I'm picking you, New Orleans. You got to win one of them. Black?
I'm going to tell you, man, that was a hell of a game last week, bro. I'm glad I got up early to watch it. And I'm going to say something that might surprise some people. Andy Dalton did not play that bad.
Right.
Surprisingly, man, he fits in better than Winston. I'm just going to say he just does. He fits in better. He's not. Only thing up to him, if he can kind of get a little more accurate, he probably can. If he puts the placement of the ball a little better with those receivers, yeah, they'll win this, man. I'm taking all in Saints. And I think this might be the game they kind of propelled themselves. I don't know if you saw that kick at the end of the game. He made one 60-yarder.
Yeah.
The second one, just like Chris Berman said on Monday night, a doink, doink, two doinks. And I make it, bro. 60 yards. Think about that for a second. 60? And you hit the goalpost twice?
I told Ice about my theory about what they put in the footballs. I'll share that at another time because I've been sharing. Well, I'll share it right now. I think they put magnets in football, bro. I've never seen so many balls hit the goalpost in my entire life watching football. And you can see the trajectory of the ball sometimes. It's like, yeah, like they hit the goalpost.
I've heard it all now. I've heard it all, man. I bet I heard it before.
You heard it first here. Puma said they're putting magnets in football.
I know you don't like kickers. You must just sit up at night just kind of.
All right, who you got?
Who the hell's playing? What's that game?
Seattle at New Orleans.
Geno Smith traveling on the road. Dalton surprised me though last week. I was a little nervous because I was like, man, is he gonna come back and get Cousins? And they playing with a little vigor. Lattimore got their defense rolling. I think they're gonna go after Geno. And Dalton is throwing to my man. Chris Olave is balling, bro.
Yeah.
Wide receiver from the Ohio State University is putting it down. And I think they're gonna have enough to do that at home. So I'm taking New Orleans.
All right. Next game on tap is Tennessee at Washington. I'm going with Tennessee. They had a good game last week.
I'll take Tennessee. I don't think they're going to do much this season. I just don't see it. But I'm going to tell you right now, Washington needs, you got to do something. You got to do something. They got to, at some point, in my opinion, you have to scrap that whole team. Get rid of that quarterback, start fresh, new head coach, get these coordinators out there, start fresh, man. If you're serious, because that's just horrible. It's like I saw Shady McCoy said this. He threw 45 times. 45. Completion was, seriously? You can't be that bad. You just can't be.
Wow. Ice?
Yeah, the problem with Washington is the factor that you pay these receivers, a couple receivers, a lot of money, and your quarterback acts like as if they're not there. You got a guy you paying a bunch of money, and he's getting 3 targets. I mean, come on, man. You gave him all this money the offseason, and your quarterback says, well, he wasn't open, so I'm going the other way with this guy. You got to find ways to make plays so the people that you're spending the money on can make plays, and they're not doing that. Yeah. So I can't choose Washington. I have to go against them.
All right. Next game on tap is San Francisco at Carolina. Carolina burnt me really bad last week. So I'm going with Jimmy G in San Francisco this week. Black?
It's funny because I think the coach really wants the other quarterback to play, but he's not ready yet. I think he's seen enough of Baker Mayfield. He won't be there next year. I don't think neither of them will be there next year. I think Baker won't be there. The head coach is gonna be on his way too. For that reason alone, man, I'll take the other team. I'm not taking the Panthers, boss.
All right. Ice?
Jimmy G, they don't want to make a mistake, so they put my man back there and let him play quarterback. Instead of, he gonna call it D more careful. I got to go with the 49ers. They're going to make it happen. They're ready to play some football.
Yeah, Debo coming. I'm going to tuck my chain in because that brother could ball, man. He was talking about leaving. There was no way they were letting him go. No way. Next game on tap is Dallas at the Los Angeles Rams. I'm going with the Rams on this one. Your Cooper Rush will see a real defense for a difference in this season because I don't believe Dak is going to play. Black?
Yeah, this game kind of bothers me a little bit because I feel you with that. I think he's going to see a real defense. I'm not sure if Donald's hurt because if you notice, his name wasn't called much that other night, bro.
He was tired, bro. Their defense was on the field a lot Monday night.
I have my questions about him as well, but I will say this. This was tough because Dallas defense is tough too, and the Rams doesn't really have much of an offense. So they don't run the ball well, but I don't trust the Cowboys to rely on that running game to get it going. So, man, this one here, man, wow. This one's a tough one, bro. It's hard to take the Cowboys on the road. I'm gonna take the Cowboys.
Oh Lord! Oh my God! Oh!
I just don't trust. What I see in the Rams the other night, I just don't trust. If the Cowboys could just run the ball and gash them with their offensive line, I think they're gonna win this game. I'm gonna take the Cowboys.
All right, Ice.
Wow, that's a shocker. That's a big shocker. On the road, it's gonna be very difficult. Cooper's been looking good. I just don't know about that D, and I don't know. I think I haven't heard the name. What's the wide receiver for the Rams? I haven't heard his name a lot. I don't know who's over there.
Well, what Stafford's trying to do is going to Cooper Kupp all the time, and that's not working.
I'm going Rams, bro.
Oh!
Going Rams, dog. Going Rams. They scare me, man. I know it. Yeah, I'm sorry if y'all get it. Y'all scare me right now because y'all sooner or later the bubble about to bust, and it's gonna probably be on the road. And I wanted to bust before we get to Philadelphia. So we got time to recuperate.
Ooh, that's gonna be a game right there.
Yeah. Speaking of Philadelphia, the next game is Philadelphia at Arizona. I'm going with Philly with Hurts. Black?
Yeah, Philly's on to something, man. Philly's definitely on to something. Yeah, it's no way I can pick against Philly, bro. There's no way at this point right now I can pick it. I don't trust the Cardinals anyway, but Philly's there, boss.
All right. Ice?
Little dude said, you keep messing with me. I told you I could beat anybody.
I'm going against him, and I feel so bad.
Little dude said, I told you. I don't know how many times I'm trying to warn you. When you go against me, I'm going to make you pay. That may be true, but not with Philadelphia. I'm going with Philadelphia.
All right.
Little dude.
Next game on tap is Cincinnati at Baltimore. I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens on this one. Black, who you got?
This is another one, man. This one kind of pains me. I think Cincinnati's trying to make Cincinnati's trying to make a run, and they may light up the Ravens. Damn. They might like the Ravens. I'm taking the Bengals, bro.
Oh, Lord.
I think the receivers are going to do some damage, man. I think it's going to get to the point where Lamar's got to kind of, you said this earlier, man. Your father said this. I didn't like in the fourth quarter how Lamar just took off and started running. I didn't see that with him all season. He just kind of like basically called his own number like 3 or 4 times. Bro, don't do that, man. You don't have that guaranteed money, bro. Don't do it. Don't do it, Lamar. Throw the ball away, get down. Don't do it, man. Live for next year and more years to come. But I'm going to take the Bengals with this one.
All right. Ice?
Mar, you heard me last week, boy. You heard me. We had it. We had it in the house. Ready to check that box. We had it, baby.
Just kick the field goal.
Oh, my God. We had it, Mar. We had the game was over. I was breaking champagne out. I was going to be up on Blackthorn and everything. Then you broke my heart. Fredo, you broke my heart. You ain't gonna break my heart this week, dude. I'm going with the Bengals. The one thing the Bengals can do, they can score points on Baltimore. Baltimore, for some reason or another, I don't know why the hell the defense, they just can't stop them. So that's enough for me with the Bengals to choose the Bengals to win.
Puma, you took Baltimore, right?
Yeah, I took Baltimore.
Yeah, all right. Don't change your boss.
No, I'm not gonna change it. All right, the last game is Las Vegas at Kansas City. I got Kansas City in this game at home. Black, who you got?
I was fortunate to have the Raiders last week and they won.
Yeah.
Man, you got Patrick Holmes on primetime television back to back. Trust me. He's up there for a reason. Come on. He's going to get the discount this weekend. I'm taking the Patrick.
He was even magical last week.
Damn. This game is not going to be pretty. I will say this real quick. Raiders, this time your new quarterback. Y'all don't know how much you can out. I don't want to hear he's been with different coordinators. He just don't get it done, bro. He doesn't get it done. Nice guy, but he can't get it done.
Yeah. Ice?
One word, magical. You know which way I'm going, magical.
Hey,
how you doing?
All right.
I'm gonna get your pitch right now.
All right.
Anything you want to say to Mark?
I got something to say to you. I got a lot to say to you. I don't care what you want to say, but I got a lot to say to you.
His hand on his foot.
Our pick's supposed to be in 7 p.m. Eastern time.
You said what? You coming after him?
I'm coming after.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. So Indianapolis at Denver.
That's the only one I didn't put on. I'm going with Indy.
You're on Indianapolis?
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The New York Giants at Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Green Bay. All right. Chicago at Minnesota.
Minnesota.
All right. You got Atlanta at Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
All right. You got Detroit at New England.
Detroit.
You going to Detroit?
I'm going with Detroit.
All right. Houston at Jacksonville.
I'm going with Jacksonville.
Okay. Well, we all went with Jacksonville. Okay. The Chargers at Cleveland.
I'm going with Cleveland.
Cleveland? All right.
Mm-hmm.
Miami at the New York Jets.
Oh, boy. I'm going with the Jets.
Oh, man. I'm the only one going with Miami. All right. Next game is Pittsburgh at Buffalo. I remember what you texted me.
Buffalo.
You said you ain't picking Pittsburgh. And
I ain't picking Pittsburgh no more.
And who else you say you're not picking?
Rams.
The Rams. And
I'm picking Dallas over the Rams.
Are you picking Dallas over the Rams?
I'm picking Dallas over the Rams.
All right, let me. You and Mr. Mark, I think are picking that. Seattle at New Orleans.
Seattle.
Seattle, okay. Tennessee at Washington.
Tennessee.
All right. San Francisco at Carolina.
San Francisco.
Okay. You already picked Dallas over the Rams. So Philadelphia at Arizona.
I'm pick Philly.
All right. And Cincinnati at Baltimore.
I think that boy got to redeem himself.
Lamar.
What's that ass calling?
Marmar. So you picking Marmar?
Yeah.
All right. And then Las Vegas at Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Kansas City. Anything you want to tell the fellas before we get off?
Well, you guys, just hold your hand on your tail. I'm coming out.
Hey, Pop, some of them picks, you get them picks right, you're going to be in first place.
I know.
That's where you're going to be when you don't get them right.
Love you.
All right, you guys be good.
Thank you.
Call there, man.
Yeah.
All right, love you.
Love you more.
All right. Those are our picks. Check them out on social media and all other outlets.